With Jonny and Ken, WSJM.
Well, good morning. Just past 7. It's Thursday. One step closer to Friday. Going to be a cloudy day today. A chance for some rain. High 60. Later on tonight, more chances for rain. Low down to 47. Not sure if it's going to be heavy rain. It just kind of seems like it's just going to be that annoying rain. For the whole entire day.
Very nice.
But lots to get to this morning. Always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa coming up here in just about 10-15 minutes. What are you laughing about?
No, I was just laughing about the rain, especially if it's heavy, makes the leaf raking so much more pleasant.
Oh, yes. Mine haven't changed. Mine
are all over the place.
My tree has not changed colors.
Really?
Not yet.
Wow. What kind of tree is it?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's maple.
Oh.
Yeah. But yeah, it hasn't changed much.
It's got good water. Good water table there.
It's good water, yeah. I got to check out my leaf book and make sure that I've got the right tree. But yeah, I've got an oak tree across the street from my house that my neighbor has. Those are annoying.
You know what's also fun about this time of year? You can see the birds better.
Is that true?
Well, I was walking Russell yesterday. Stephanie and I were, and we saw a chickadee.
Okay.
Which made a kind of an aggressive swoop around us. And then we saw a woodpecker.
Nice.
Can't remember which one, but the one with the big red head.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't the pileated. It was the other one.
Cool.
Whatever that was. But
all right.
And then the Blue Jays. They're just so angry these days.
They are.
They are.
Are they big? Because the ones in my house are ginormous.
They are huge.
It's like a squirrel. It's huge. And the squirrels are big at my house, too. Yeah. I don't know what. I think the neighbors are feeding them.
They got into the steroid patch.
Something. I think the neighbors, I think, have like a peanut like dispenser.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's right there in front of their yard, and they're like, what is going on with all these squirrels? Like they're huge. Like they're like small. They're about the size of Plinko. And he's 8 pounds.
Oh boy.
So that's a big squirrel.
You ever watch The King of Random?
No.
Oh, he has a YouTuber.
Okay.
YouTube thing. And since we're on YouTube now, we like to talk about YouTube.
Be sure to like and subscribe.
Yeah. King of Random on YouTube, he has this whole thing with squirrels because most people try to keep squirrels out of the bird feeders. They don't set up peanut galleries to feed the squirrels. And he's got this whole thing worked out. I think he's a former NASA engineer or something like that. So it's pretty cool what he does with the squirrels for an obstacle course. No squirrels are hurt in the filming of this video.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like when they put, we'll get to news here in a second. Okay. I know everybody wants to know about the news, but I like when they have the food or stuff inside of like a skull. And so the squirrel has to put a skull on its head.
That's hilarious.
So I'll find some pictures.
I was thinking it'd be like a large skull, and then you just have squirrels.
Yeah, and they climb in there
out of it like worms.
You get the good pictures. So.
Yeah, Halloween.
Anyways, let's get to news. WSJM News brought to you by our friends at Cornerstone Alliance. See GoMichigan.com. Cornerstone Alliance.
WSJM News now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Congressman Bill Huizenga is relieved to have his son home from Israel after the October 7 attack there. Huizenga's son, Adrian, was studying for a master's degree in Israel when the attack occurred. Speaking on Fox News on Wednesday, Huizenga said he had visited his son's school and was comfortable with its location at the time before the attack. But then he reached out to Florida Congressman Corey Mills to see if something could be done to help bring his son home. Mills was already in Israel working to bring 95 other Americans home.
When I talked to Corey said, Bill, this is going sideways quickly. You need to get him out now. And Corey said, I will get him. I will make sure that he gets out.
Adrian said he tried to get help from the State Department to leave Israel, but there was a several-day delay anticipated. He was contacted by Mills on Friday. He was out of Israel on Saturday, and he was home this past Sunday. So Congressman Huizenga very relieved about that. Rite Aid Pharmacy is closing more than a dozen stores in Michigan after the company filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy this week. The company identified 19 Michigan stores in total that were considered underperforming, and they slated those for closure soon. The closures are largely happening outside of Southwest Michigan. In our region, only the one at 102 North Centerville Road in Sturgis is currently slated for closure.
So does this mean that I can get Halloween candy for cheaper
out there
because
in Sturgis?
It's closing? Yeah,
maybe.
Okay.
Check it out. All other stores are expected to remain open. The company said Rite Aid stores will continue to fill prescriptions and customers will still be able to visit locations or shop online while it goes through the voluntary Chapter 11 process. But that process will also allow it to speed up its plan to close underperforming stores and make sure Johnny has candy for Halloween.
I'm just wondering if they'll end up closing more stores if they start to realize these are the first set of underperforming ones, if they'll move on to the next ones.
I would imagine that is a possibility. Yeah. See if they can fix it right away. If they can't, figure out step 2.
Right.
Yeah. Michigan Farm Bureau is asking drivers to be mindful of farm vehicles now that the harvest is underway. Bureau Legislative Counsel Andrew Biersmich tells us that the large ag vehicles are slow and everyone has to be courteous and drive carefully around them.
I really advise folks to be on their toes when they spot something suspicious. So suspicious emails, text, or phone.
Yeah, that's not the right one. Why isn't that? Let's try this again. Farm Bureau.
Okay.
As you see farm equipment, slow down. If you're coming up from behind them, you're most likely going to see that yellow triangle, that slow-moving vehicle sign. That indicates to drivers that these vehicles travel slower than normal. So if you see farm equipment, slow down.
That's the important message. If you see farm equipment, slow down. Michigan crashes involving farm equipment rose from 195 crashes in 2021 to 214 crashes in 2022. That's nearly 10% increase. 4 of the crashes last year were fatal. 60 injuries reported across the state. Biersmich says most crashes involving farm vehicles occur when the vehicle is turning. So if you're going to pass one, pay close attention to see if they're turning or not. Michigan Farm Bureau asks drivers to keep an eye out for anything that has an orange triangle on the back. It means it's farm equipment, means it's slow moving, means you got to be careful. Lake Michigan College Visual and Performing Arts Department is preparing for its fall theatrical production. This year, it's John Proctor is the villain.
Ooh.
Yeah, directed by Dr. Patrick King.
Nice.
LMC instructor of theater. LMC says the play is about a present-day Georgia high school class that's reading Arthur Miller's The Crucible as the community wrestles with an outbreak of scandal.
Ooh, I love Scandal.
Scandal. Some of the scandal talking about pop and dance music, high school breakups, sex education, the Me Too movement, dull and rowdy class discussions, rumors, gossip. It's all in there.
That sounds good.
In this performance. Performances will be 7 o'clock on November 10th, 11th, and 17th and 18th. Early November 10th, 11th, and 17th. On the 18th, they're performing in the afternoon. It's going to be at LMC Mendel Center Hanson Theater on the Benton Harbor campus. Tickets are on sale now through the Mendel Center box office. Check me on those times. We'll have to go to the Mendel Center site just to be sure.
Sure.
Because the way it's written here is, I'm not sure.
Just go there. Don't trust
check
us on the times.
Don't trust us on that time. I'll check it out. I'll make sure it's right the next time we say it. In the WSJM newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Wrapping up the bird chat that we had, Diane on our Facebook page says she has the Merlin Bird ID that can identify birds by visual or just by their call.
So, you just hold your phone up to,
I guess,
wherever the bird is. That's cool. You have to hold it up to Johnny because he's making bird
I could
noises.
do a lot of bird noises, so I wonder if I
turkey?
could like a gobble gobble, like a
whatever you want, just turkey.
Oh,
that's pretty good. Careful, it's hunting season. Got to watch it out the window.
Oh man, there's gonna be hunters in the woods over there. Yeah. All right. Well, we'll get to sports here in just a little bit. Also, always learning with our friends from Berry and Reset coming up here in the next 10 minutes. Right now, let's find out what's happening around the nation and the world with ABC News.
Safe passage of life-saving humanitarian aid on the way into Gaza from Egypt as a test brokered by the U.S. Only about 20 trucks with food, water, and other supplies allowed in at first. That is President Biden is back in the White House from his visit to Israel and planning a nationwide address tonight.
President Biden made it very clear again when he stood next to Prime Minister Netanyahu. He said to Israelis, in your rage, don't be consumed by your rage. That, he felt that America had made mistakes after the 9/11 attacks, that the response needs to be carefully calibrated and proportionate, and that civilian casualties should be avoided. But it's a terribly difficult line to walk, being a solid ally of Israel and trying to reach out to the Arab world.
ABC's Ian Pannell. Meantime, Israeli airstrikes continue to pound the Gaza Strip, including parts of the south declared as safe zones, while a deadly attack on a hospital in Gaza is being widely blamed on a mistake by Palestinian militants. With continuing coverage, Israel-Hamas war, I'm Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Your sports update on the morning show is brought to you by True Blue Financial. Independent, uncomplicated, dedicated.
Wednesday in the NHL, the Red Wings got 2 goals apiece from Andrew Kopp and Alex DeBrincat. Plus, Ben Sherratt and David Perron also scored to give the Red Wings a 6-3 win over the Pittsburgh Penguins. Ville Husso had 30 saves for Detroit, who've won 3 straight. Tonight, the Blackhawks are in Colorado at 10:30. MLB postseason yesterday, the ALCS Game 3 had Houston beating Texas 8-5 in Game 3. Texas still leads that series 2-1. Game 4 is tonight at 8 o'clock. The NLCS continues this evening as well, as Philadelphia is at Arizona at 5 o'clock. Philadelphia leads the series 2-0. NBA preseason tonight, it's the Pistons at Oklahoma City at 8 o'clock, and the Bulls are home to face Minnesota also at 8 o'clock. The Las Vegas Aces are the WNBA champion for a second straight year after a 70-69 win over New York. A'ja Wilson had 24 points and 16 rebounds for the Aces. NFL Thursday Night Football tonight has Jacksonville at New Orleans at 8:15. With sports, I'm Dave.
All right. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to your day. A little gloomy out there.
Is it?
Yeah. Dealing with rain, cobwebs on the cameras.
I'm telling you, they're building a different kind of structure there.
Yeah.
I think you're right. Spooky web building is in effect.
And the unfortunate part is that it's, of course, cobwebs on the cameras that are very hard to reach. Like they're literally like at the top of the building or the top of the garage somewhere. So it's difficult.
Yeah.
But anyways, covering a lot of stuff this morning about, by the way, President is going to be speaking 8 o'clock tonight, prime time address.
Yep.
So mark your, set your alarm clocks for that. And, just also know that if you're watching any of your favorite TV shows, I assume that will be
Network
preempted.
TV will come right in and say, sorry, this show is going to be delayed by a half an hour.
So is The Bachelor tonight? Golden Bachelor? Is that on tonight?
Thursday night? Yeah, I think so.
Oh, no.
There's getting drama there.
Yeah?
Yeah,
because
they're
you've
being
been
dramatic.
watching Golden Bachelor,
Well,
right?
I have been, yeah.
What's the latest? Because this is the first of the Golden Bachelor,
Yes.
and then they're going to follow up with a Golden Bachelorette at some point, I assume.
I've heard rumor and talk of that for sure.
But it's not set in stone.
I don't know if they've announced it yet or not.
What sort of drama are we talking about here?
Well, I mean, some of them are saying, oh, I don't like the way that you're flaunting how well you're getting along with The Bachelor. The women are talking amongst themselves. You should stop talking about that. Yeah, it's very odd. Yeah, and they're in tears and stuff like that. Somebody's already had to go home for family issues. And
do they have because I know with the younger Bachelor, they have sort of fights and all kinds of things break out. Does that you get that kind of heated stuff?
I mean, there's no fisticuffs or anything like that. They just have a little arguing, catty type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like kind of like what parents do.
Yes.
When it's like, I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. That's how it is. It's not actually
that's a good one.
Yeah. It's not a fight. It's just like, no, I'm gonna hurt you with words.
I expected more.
Yes. It's just not like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Huh. That's not how I raised you.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Sorry, I need therapy.
Oh boy.
I'm kidding.
Going dark here. Going dark. No.
All right.
Are you as surprised as I am about the Natalie Holloway murder confession from that jerk Vandersloot?
I haven't kept my eyes on it too much.
There was some sort of plea agreement that he entered, and I think it was in part of a civil thing. And as part of that plea agreement, he had to confess, and he did.
Wow.
And he said he's found the Lord now, and he's a different person. But it's got to be, I suppose, on one hand, it's good closure for the parent.
Sure.
But
now they know. Yeah.
On the other hand, it's what she said all along.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. I was surprised to see that.
Do you follow a lot of
like 18 years ago?
Do you follow a lot of the true crime type stuff? Because I know that's a big thing, like podcasts, true crime podcasts.
I've listened to a few. Yeah, there's one on right now that Stephanie's listening to called The Prosecutors.
Oh,
and they go through a case and they go through every dot and tittle. I mean, they go through everything and they say, a lot of people are saying this, and this, and it's caused the case to be reopened. But here are the facts. It's this, and this.
What's a tittle?
Every dot and tittle, every detail.
Oh,
Yeah.
I've never heard that term.
I had never heard it either until I worked for a senator from Maine.
Dot and tittle.
Who used it on me and said, we've got to be clear on this. We've got to make sure that we have every dot and tittle covered.
Because I always
So I had
hear
to go and
the,
look
you
it
know,
up.
cross your T's, dot your I's kind of thing when you're doing all that stuff and double checking. But a dot and tittle, I've not heard that term before.
A tittle was this is according to the
Okay.
Googles. A tittle was a small dot or pen stroke used in medieval Latin to signify a word that was abbreviated or missing letter. So kind of like a conjunction thing.
Okay.
Yeah, and they actually called it a jot and tittle, but it's I always say dot and tittle. I think that's the current.
Interesting.
But it's down to the smallest detail.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
There you go. Learn something new every day.
Yeah.
Always learning with our friends from Barry and Risa going on right now on the air. We're taking a little bit of time to give you some exclusive content. If you want to check out Always Learning, not only can you listen to it on the radio right now, but also check out the podcast a little bit later on at WSJM.com and the WSJM app. If you want to learn more about the things that Barry and Risa does behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, with all the different school districts, they do quite a lot of different departments and a lot of different things. So I've learned a lot in my conversations with these folks. So I think you will too. But yeah, you're also getting a backstage look of what happens for this show every single day, how we put together an award-winning program every single day.
Oh, look, we just got nominated again for another award.
Bill says, nice that we are learning as we listen to the radio.
Aw.
Yes.
Thank you, Bill.
By the way, you can purchase a radio, radioobsessed.com, or stop by here at the radio station showroom and pick up one of those radios for yourself. For every room in your house, too, even your shower. There's even a radio for the shower.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got one.
I just turned my phone on to listen to the live stream, and I throw it in the sink because the acoustics bounce it back out.
I used to put it in a cup.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
You put
too.
it in like a big cup.
Yeah, very directional sound.
Yeah. Yeah, but you can buy a radio. The radio I have, that's the Sangean radio. They call it the shower radio. I actually have it sit above my kitchen sink. That's where I put it. So also, just in case if water gets on it, or if I happen to bump the radio and it falls into the dishes, well, it's going to be fine. So you can pick that up. But you can also mount it in your shower if you'd like to do that. And then there are radios for on the go, radios for just about every room in your house. Nice wood grain on there. It's fancy.
Did Tesla invent the radio?
Tesla,
because I know he invented a lot of stuff, but he didn't always feel like he got all the credit for everything.
So interesting thing is that much like the space race, there was a radio race.
Okay.
There was between Marconi and Tesla.
Right.
They were battling it out to see who could really like officially make it happen and send a transmission from one place to another.
And Tesla had an amazing idea that you told me about.
Yeah, he instead of because radio waves and radio frequencies, basically you put it on a tower and
beam it out.
Yeah, you beam it out and you got to be at a high point.
Right.
That's why you see all the radio towers and all that. Well, Tesla's idea is kind of, instead of using that, because with radio, I mean, you got a point and you're shooting in one direction. Well, the curvature of the Earth, you're shooting a lot of that either out into the space or out into the, like us, we send a lot of signal out onto the water.
Yep.
So you miss out on a lot of area that you can cover. But Tesla was like, I'm going to use the Tesla coil. That was his big thing. But he's like, I'm going to use the Earth as the antenna and send the signals all over the place. But yeah, I mean, Tesla had a million different inventions that he came up with. But I guess the invention of radio, or the race to get radio going.
Yeah.
Like that's where he went crazy.
Yeah.
Like he was going crazy from all the stuff. He got so frustrated, spent a lot of money and a lot of time. Yeah. A lot of money and a lot of time, because I think what his idea too was going to be way more expensive.
Oh.
And a lot to try and make it all work. But yeah, Marconi was the one that was able to send that signal, because he did it from somewhere in the U.S. and then he's like sending the signal over to Europe or something like that. I don't know. I watch the History Channel. I get bits and pieces sometimes when I'm watching that stuff. But
it says here it was the first radio transmission was from McDonald's to Burger King.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm kidding.
The drive-through from drive-through to drive-through.
Hey, we're out of fries. Can you help? No.
See, whoever invented the drive-through radio, that's cool too.
Let's see. 1897, Marconi sent the world's first radio message across open water.
Mm-hmm.
He did it from a seaside resort in Somerset.
Okay.
I don't know what the other side of the water was, but I bet it was far. Oh, it was the UK.
Yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was to the UK.
Wow. Huh. The reason I asked about Tesla, it's earnings season. They're reporting earnings. Tesla reported some disappointing results yesterday, the car company. They reported adjusted earnings of 66 cents per share versus 73 cents per share that was expected. The total operating margin came in at 7.6%, which is down significantly from a year ago. And during the company's earnings call, Elon Musk expressed caution about the state of the global economy. Said the company's focus on making its cars more affordable now. So that's what they're working on. They're building a new factory down in Mexico.
Okay.
We've heard that before.
Now, because they only have one factory?
I don't know.
Because I know that like a major part of it is built in Texas.
Is it?
Like most of the
stuff.
manufacturing happens down there, but I didn't know if they had multiple plants popping up.
Yeah,
But
Tesla executives said they're laying the groundwork to begin construction on the new factory planned in Mexico. But Musk said before Tesla goes full tilt on the Mexico factory, the company is working to bring down the price of its cars. And that makes sense.
That does.
Because all the people who are the early adopters who paid a lot, they're petering out. Now they need more people.
Yeah, my brother already has a deposit made on the Cybertruck.
Oh, the one with the broken windows.
Yeah. They fixed that. They fixed it.
Let's check.
Those were display windows.
Let's check.
But yeah, he really wants the Cybertruck. But that's the other thing is that there's like, Elon Musk has a million ideas, and Tesla, they're like trying to do all kinds of things. But the certain cars they have right now, they've been talking about creating a smaller, more like a compact sedan that's around that, $27,000 to $30,000, way more affordable type electric car. But they gotta get everything else going and done right. Much like as they're realizing the stock's going down and they're trying to get the Mexico plant and all that taken care of.
The company says Cybertruck production remains on track for later this year. First deliveries for your brother and others scheduled for November 30th at Giga, Texas.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder how far back in line he is, because he's like, man, I really want that. He has a Tesla right now. He has a Tesla. I can't remember the model. Is it
the sedan?
It's more like the sedan SUV size. It's like a kind of a crossover, I would say.
Remember the Subaru Brat? You ever see one of those?
Yeah.
The little mini truck. They should do that.
That would be cool.
That's what Tesla should do.
Kind of like the El Camino.
Oh, there's an El Camino down on one of the local car lots. So sweet. It looks cherry.
I think they should bring the El Camino back.
Love the El Camino.
Because there's so many times where, I have a SUV. So there's so many times where I'm like, man, if only I had a pickup truck.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, if only I had an El Camino.
You just need to get a station wagon.
Yeah.
Get a station wagon. They should make a station wagon with a retractable roof.
I did. Ooh, great idea.
Yeah.
I think you could make that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just take that part out, make a little like soft top kind of thing set up. It's like a Jeep.
Accordion back. Yeah. You could do that.
I did see, I think it was Facebook Marketplace, and I saw a pretty sweet station wagon.
Was he also selling stand mixers?
No, he was not. But it was a pretty cool station wagon. The ones that had the seat that faces the other rear.
Just like the old Subaru Brat, which was hilarious because I guess they designed that before seatbelts were a thing. Because the Subaru Brat had the suicide seats, you call them. Sit backwards, and you have a couple of no handles.
Yeah,
that you're hanging on.
Really?
To. Oh yeah, it was silly.
That does not seem safe at all.
Not at all.
Yeah, I love a good station wagon. I've always wanted either a cool, like very like National Lampoon kind station wagon, or like a Jeep Wagoneer, like the old school ones with the little with the wood grain on the outside.
Woodies.
Yeah,
that's good stuff. Yeah, see here, I can't hold up my computer, but here, come here and look at these seats.
Can you share the screen?
I don't know, no, because I'm on that one.
Oh,
I've got like
right.
300 computers
Okay.
over here.
All right,
you gotta look at these.
Let me come look at it.
Come over
Let
and
me
look
come
at
look
this.
at it.
Yeah. So we're looking at the Subaru Brat.
Oh yeah.
Look at those seats. They're facing the opposite direction.
Yeah, I don't want that seat.
Of the direction of travel.
That
And they
is
have
like,
the old crap handles on them.
That is like if you were gonna go on a really old carnival ride, but no harness of any kind.
Yeah.
That's kind of what that looks like.
Yeah, no seatbelts.
I think I'd pass on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
Definitely pass. But it looks cool.
It does look cool.
Yeah.
I saw one driving them the other day, so they must be reliable rigs.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was surprised.
Yeah, we used to have a old Subaru. I think it was a hatchback. That it was like our farm car. Because you have the farm truck, but we had like the farm car that you could drive around just about everywhere, and I'm pretty sure it was all-wheel drive.
I love farm vehicles.
Yeah. Just cruise around.
Oh man.
Like my brother, he learned how to drive. I don't know if he learned how to drive on that vehicle. We also had a little farm truck as well that he learned. He was like 13, 14 years old.
One of the farm jobs I had was helping a friend of my dad's put in an apple orchard. And Cliff let us use his farm truck to haul stuff all around.
Yeah.
And it was basically a monster truck. It had the big, huge tires.
Nice.
Had the big cab, and you had to step on something to get into the thing.
Okay.
And then a flatbed in the back. But I felt so cool driving that monster truck. I wanted that so bad. It'd be so much fun.
Yeah, farm trucks, man.
Yeah,
those are cool.
Powerful.
And the cool part about the farm trucks is that not only are they great trucks, but they don't drive very far.
Yeah.
So like they can last for a very long time.
Oh yeah, they're in great shape.
So
yeah,
they just get dirty because they're out in the field. But speaking of that, be careful because it is harvest season. So just be careful of all the tractors that are going around on the roadways.
Yeah.
If you're stuck behind a tractor, don't get super antsy and try to pass it and do all that because you could cause an accident.
Hurt yourself, hurt others. Don't do it.
We still got a lot of show to get to here in just a little bit. Also, suggestions if you have any for Halloween costumes, because I have not
Johnny.
figured out what my Halloween costume is. Have you figured out yours?
No, absolutely not. Yeah, I'm similar. It's like, okay, what do I have in the closet that I could put on and call it that?
I don't want to spend any money because honestly, every Halloween stored Halloween costume is always way overpriced.
Yeah.
Because they're like, pay $50 for this not really good costume, and then you're only going to wear it once, and you can't sell it back.
Last year, I went to one of the, I don't know if it was a party center,
the party stores,
store here, and their Halloween selection was horrible. Well, we later learned they were going bankrupt or going out of business, and so that's why the Halloween selection wasn't that good. But we went in there, and I had my, at the time, I think he was 11 at the time, 11-year-old, because he's 12 this year, 11-year-old with me. And if you've ever seen the app Among Us, the game, there was a costume to be the Among Us person.
Oh, nice.
Or whatever it is, alien. And so there was no price tag on it, and there was no indication of what it cost. I thought, okay, it can't be that much. I mean, let's say it's $20. Let's say it's 25. Let's say it's $30. I'll go,
because it's like basically like a hazmat suit kind of looking thing, right?
$80 they wanted. Guess where it went? Back on the shelf.
Yep.
Yeah. No,
that's crazy.
Not going to do that.
I saw somebody that did a costume and they were Popeye.
Oh yeah.
But they weren't Popeye. What they wore is they wore all black. And they put a picture of soda can on their eye.
Spinach can.
No, it's just it was pop eye. There you go.
I see what they do.
So any fun suggestions that are on the cheap, feel free to send those our way. But let's get back to the show here.
All right.
Gina Cervetti, Bloomberg Radio.
It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Yes, it is. Good morning. Just past 7:30. Today's going to be cloudy, rainy, high 60. Later tonight, we're looking at some more clouds and some more rain with a low down to 47. Friday kind of looks the same with a 50-50 chance for the rains. And the weekend, I will say, looks pretty solid.
Oh, okay.
Saturday, I think it's a 30% chance for rain, but it's really like in the morning. So I know there's outdoor events and things you want to do outside. Looks like I'm saying I'm not a meteorologist. My brother is. And I know meteorologists. I'm going to say you're good. With any kind of outdoor plans you have for the weekend, you're good to go.
Okay. I'm going to write that on the
Right there.
refrigerator.
Right there. Mark my words.
Okay.
Let's find out what's happening in the news this morning.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg. Here are some of the stories we're following for you today. Republican lawmakers in Lansing are slamming legislation that's moving forward, giving the Michigan Public Service Commission the ultimate authority to override local decisions and approve large-scale wind and solar energy projects. The bill, proposed by the governor and first heard by the committee last week, passed out of committee yesterday on a party line vote. It's headed to the state house floor. An identical bill is starting to move in the Senate. Locally, State Representative Pauline Wenzel is opposed to the legislation. Joey Andrews supports the change. There were no drownings off the beaches of South Haven in 2023. Looking at South Haven's beach safety report, the city says it hired 6 beach enforcement attendants this year, and much was done to keep the beaches safe. The South Haven Police Department would ticket people when they wouldn't listen to beach attendants. The most common offenses were pier jumping and walking out on the pier when it was closed. The Berrien County Health Department says there are some changes in how people have access to the COVID vaccine. Berrien County Health Officer Guy Miller tells us the shots are now considered private. And what that means is the government is not giving them away to health departments for free. There's a cost associated with it, and if you get the vaccine, that cost gets passed on to you or your insurance company. Miller says if you go to the health department for a COVID shot, just make sure to bring your insurance information.
All right.
You ready for the shot? You get the shot? You get a flu shot yet? You like needles, right?
I have not had a flu shot yet.
Okay.
I don't like needles. I would prefer the nasal spray if they have that, but yeah, I'll take the shot.
I went to the health department yesterday.
Yeah,
because I saw their announcement that they were doing free walk. It wasn't free.
Walk-in.
They were doing walk-in clinics for the flu shot. They took my insurance information and got me right in. There was no line for the flu shot. Got the flu shot. It's not bad.
Okay.
I didn't really feel it. Just a couple of times, I was like, oh yeah, I got that shot. So get the flu shot, Johnny.
Should I get it live on the air?
Sure. Yeah, we'll bring somebody in.
Anybody from the health department want to stop by? 580 East. You're just down the road.
Yeah, just come on over.
We can make it happen.
And bring the RSV and the COVID shots too.
Just triple me up. Just all at the same time. Might as well get it over with.
In the WSJM Newsroom, I'm Ken Lundberg.
Let's find out what's happening around the state with the Michigan News Network.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Greg Roman. More arrests have been made in a northern Michigan drug bust.
It started on Monday when troopers conducted a stop in Manistee. The driver was found with meth, but during that stop, he gave up his dealer to officers and volunteered to set up a meeting. Later that night, they arrested a 38-year-old man from Manistee, recovered 3.5 grams of meth from him. Now we're learning the same driver helped lead police to a 25-year-old Muskegon man and a 20-year-old Grand Rapids woman who were arrested after another drug deal bust in Pleasanton Township. The woman involved was found with 30 grams of meth, 4 grams of cocaine, and 2 grams of fentanyl. Meanwhile, the driver that helped officers was released. Ryan.
Good morning to those that are just checking in with us this morning. Do you want to check in with our folks that are watching?
Bill's got a suggestion for you for your Halloween costume.
Yeah, I was just going to say, he said, just go as a snowman. All right. That could work.
What would that be?
I mean, what would be my material that I would use? I could use pillowcases.
Just, if you got a couple of nice pillowcases, just cut holes in them and you'd be
that'd be like a deflated snowman.
I don't know.
I could, if you're thinking about meteorological events, if I had some trying to think if I had like that cotton filling stuff, I could be like a cloud.
Ooh, that's a good one. But I like the idea. If you think about astronomical events, you could be one of the super moons that went by.
I could be.
You could have like a round disc painted white, and that's the moon, and then wear a cape. You're super moon.
Super moon. Now,
super moon.
Put that on the list because that's
you like that
I
one?
like that one.
Okay, so super moon, and then you could be the meteor shower, which is basically just dust.
What if I
like
was
Pigpen.
instead of super moon like you're thinking, I was the cape actually was on the front end, and I had a cutout. I got those pants that cut out the butt part, and I could be a super moon that way. Hey now.
Guess what I am?
Yeah. Nope. Look closer. Look closer. Get a good look.
Or staying above the line here, we could do the
yeah, it's a family show.
You could do the eclipse. You could be the Ring of Fire. You could get a hula hoop and put habanero peppers around it. I'm the Ring of Fire.
Ooh, that's not bad.
How about that?
I don't like jalapeno peppers though. It's too spicy.
Habanero. You can use habanero.
Oh, habanero.
Yeah, they're not as spicy.
Oh, they're not as spicy. Yes. The Scoville units are more.
Oh my gosh.
I was also thinking about this. I just thinking about materials that I have in my home.
Yeah.
I recently got a ton of shredded paper.
Why?
Well, I put some of the shredded paper in my compost, but I can only put so much. It's only like a small bit of it.
Did somebody like bring a truckload of shredded paper
Well,
over?
we were shredding documents here, and Kathy at the front desk said, yeah, I usually put it in recycling or do this. And I was like, I used it in my compost pile. And she's like, okay, well, here's a bag. But she gave me like a giant bag. And it was one of those, once you'd say to somebody that, yeah, I'll take that. She then like the next day gave me another bag. So I have two large bags of assorted shredded paper. It's not just white paper. It's all kinds of different pages. So if I could do something with that, like even just, use that as filling or something.
You're just going to make a mess, big mess. I see a trail of shredded paper behind Johnny on Halloween.
Yeah. I could just could just get a large trash can.
Yeah.
Cut armholes out of it and leg holes, and I could just fill that with the shredded paper and just say I'm a wastebasket. Could do that.
Yeah.
That'd be difficult to get through the door, though. Got to choose wisely with the trash can.
Mm-hmm.
And it'd be hard to go to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah.
To create like a trap door or something like that.
That'd be a pain. Did you take 31 yet?
I have not taken the new 31.
Yeah, they just reopened it yesterday.
They took the barriers down.
They supposedly took all the barriers down. I bet there are a few still remaining.
Okay.
But it's just northbound that they made all of that great improvements. I think southbound still has some issues.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe because I know southbound there's a good section of it that it looked like they were still working on some things. So it must just be the northbound.
Hopefully those orange cones are going to be gone soon. I noticed some down on Napier and Niles in St. Joe, and they've got it all mixed up there.
I'm excited about the work they're going to be doing on I-94. Seeing that staging area that's Kalen Construction. They had a lot of those road barriers ready to roll. So once they get that done, and I was just talking with our engineer about that, and he said, I'm excited for that to happen too, because he lives near a portion of the highway, and they're also putting up some of the sound barriers and things. And he said, that would be nice. Yeah. Nice to have near the house. So, but that project's going to take a while, much like the other project that I have to drive by almost every day when I'm driving through Niles is that US 12 and M51 construction.
You better get used to that.
That's making some progress, though. They've made some serious progress.
Wow.
A lot of bulldozers, a lot of moving around. And the good part about it is not a ton of traffic issues. I mean, they've reduced it from the 4-lane, 2 lanes going each way to 1 lane going each way.
Okay.
But just in peak, traffic times doesn't really become an issue. But overall, it's been not too bad for me.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a long project.
On the sound barriers that they construct on interstates and other major highways, what happens when, if and when the country moves to electric cars.
Mm-hmm.
The noise is reduced significantly.
Sure.
I don't know if it's road noise like the tires on the pavement, but does that become incredibly quiet, nice and quiet, like it's not even there with electric cars? Because
I would
electric car,
assume
the
so.
noise is just it's a lot less. That's one of the things that I really, really do appreciate about electric cars.
Yeah.
The sound.
Yeah.
The lack thereof.
The lack thereof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
I saw a car that was, I think it was a hybrid.
Yeah.
And hybrids usually, especially in low speeds, they're running on electric
Yeah.
most of the time. So they don't make a lot
They
of noise.
sneak up on you.
But I didn't realize that they have like a beeper kind of thing when they're backing up. It's not like the beep, 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 but I was behind, I think it was like somewhere like in a parking lot where a Prius was there, and it was like going woo, 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 woo. It was
Just making
making
a
enough noise
Yeah.
so that, make sure, because you don't want to be in a parking lot and all of a sudden that thing comes out of nowhere when you're walking down.
Yeah.
So Diane says, Diane, I agree. That Niles area, it is a mess. It is a very busy intersection, but that's what I'm hoping too, is not only do they fix that overpass and all of that construction right there, but also then once they're done there, they actually work on the surface of that stretch of road, because pretty much from the main road in Niles, the main street, all the way where 51 keeps going down there, it's just the road needs to be redone. It's bumpy.
It's like concrete slabs.
Yep.
Yeah.
And they're all breaking apart, and there's a lot of potholes, and I just imagine that first freeze thaw that we get, it's just going to be nasty with all those potholes. So it's a fun ride. Sure. For sure. This is why most cars in Michigan have to get your suspension worked on a lot more there than in other states.
I know we've got Bill on the line and others. I'm looking for information, assistance, advice. I've got a garage door opener.
Yeah.
And it's inconsistent in when it decides to receive the signal to open or close.
This is the one you programmed into your car.
Yes.
This is not the stock one they gave.
Not the stock one, but it shouldn't matter. And it doesn't matter because the stock one also has the same issue.
Okay.
So I don't know what's going on, but something's happening. And honestly, the garage door opener is probably 20 years old. But I'm just wondering, do I need a whole new system? Is there something I can do to make sure when I hit the button, it opens or closes? Because I've had to get out a few times, including this morning in the rain.
Fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bill, I know you know a lot about radio control stuff. So
if you have any thoughts on that,
right.
Otherwise I'll just get a new garage door opener.
Okay. All right, here we go.
And then for Friday, we're in the 50s again with scattered rain showers. We're in the low to mid 50s through the weekend forecast. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Hey, good morning. You can be part of the show anytime. You can always call 925-WSJM. You can email letstalk@WSJM.com. We're on our Facebook and our YouTube, giving you exclusive content that you cannot get anywhere else but our Facebook and our YouTube, and also x.com if you want to check that out. We've been talking about a lot of different things, everything from Halloween costume suggestions. And I'm talking Halloween costume suggestions that are on the cheap, because everything is expensive these days. If you got a suggestion on, kind of like either dollar store cheap stuff that you can come up with, or, what random things around your house could you use to make a Halloween costume? That's the type of costume I want to do.
Saran wrap.
Just saran wrap my whole self? I'm the Invisible Man?
Yeah, that could be it.
Do I have to wear clothes then?
Do whatever you want.
All right. Well, it's got to be family friendly.
Yes.
Speaking of not Halloween, but things around your house, you may be the proud owner of something that could be in the Toy Hall of Fame.
Oh.
The National Toy Hall of Fame wants your vote. And this is actually what's crazy, is that they've had the Toy Hall of Fame for a very long time. But this is the first time that they're actually going to have the people vote for their favorites. I guess they've always had a committee.
Okay.
but little nostalgia for you.
All right.
Here are the things. Transformers, the pogo stick, the Fisher-Price corn popper thing, the little lawnmower type popper thing.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah. My Little Pony and the Pez dispenser.
Oh.
Yeah.
I like the Pez.
You can cast 1 vote per day starting the 24th. You can go to the National Toy Hall of Fame website.
So the National Toy Hall of Fame wants people's choice.
People's choice. People vote. I don't know if it's just one or if there's going to be a couple that will get in there, but Transformers.
But these are the nominees.
These are the nominees.
I bet you go for Transformers.
I mean, my choice is Transformers, but I'm wondering why things like the pogo stick, really all of these, why they haven't been already. But the popper and the pogo stick for sure, those have been around for quite some time. And Pez dispenser too, but I don't really consider Pez dispenser a toy.
No, it's not.
It's it's a candy dispenser.
It is. That's all it is.
I mean that's the only fun you get is the sugar, and then the not fun part is the coming down from the sugar high.
I mean, there's a collection thing for sure. People like to collect it, but you're right. There's no playing with that.
No.
I mean, you could do the hand puppets for like 2 seconds.
Yeah. I just get my finger stuck in there all the time.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's not. Or like I've tried to reload it and I get it sprung, open and I'm starting to put the candy in and all of a sudden the spring breaks and it just explodes.
Did you ever get to the point where you just unwrapped the reloads?
Yep.
Just ate those?
Just ate those.
Yeah.
Yep. Like, I don't need to open the thing. No, I think I still have quite a few Pez dispensers. I actually have. This is how much of a nerd I am.
Yeah.
Jocelyn got me this for my birthday or Christmas. I can't remember.
Okay.
But I have a set of Pez dispensers that are presidents. Not
Really?
all of them, but
Huh.
I have 4 presidents. And
Who
I
are
think
they?
I have, trying to think, I believe, I can't remember if it's an order or if it's just randoms, but I think I have a Jimmy Carter
Okay.
Pez dispenser. I believe I have a Richard Nixon one in there.
Those have to be worth money. I've never heard or seen those.
I'll bring them in.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're still, and you'll appreciate this, still in the box.
Oh, now that's big.
Oh, yeah, man.
That's big.
Yeah, I think they come with a whole series. I think you can get every set of presidents.
Wow.
At like 3, I think there's 3 or 4 of them in the box.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. It's pretty nerdy though. Because I love presidential history and things like that. But that was a good gift.
Do you know how many toys are currently in the National Toy Hall of Fame?
It's got to be like thousands.
80.
Oh, it's only 80.
80 toys have been inducted into the National Toy Hall of Fame.
Wow.
Mr. Potato Head's on the
of course.
on the edge because of gambling issues, but no, he's in there.
Oh, okay.
He's in there.
Yeah, gambling because Toy
Pete
Story.
Rose.
Oh, Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Okay. They call him Mr. Potato Head?
No.
Oh.
It was just a reference to some people who deserve to be in there but aren't.
Oh, gotcha.
Now that I
gotcha.
had to
Yes.
explain it.
Oh, sorry.
It's not working
Sorry.
anymore.
I didn't know how you made the connection between Pete Rose and the Mr. Potato Head. But
Well,
all right.
it's just Mr. Baseball. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Gathering's in there.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't expect
Magic,
that.
the Gathering.
Yeah, Magic the Gathering is in
card
there.
game.
Yeah. Magic 8 Ball's in
I
there,
don't
which
consider-
should be in there.
See, I don't consider card games as toys, really.
Yeah. They have three categories. They have card stuff,
Okay.
like sports cards,
Yeah.
baseball cards, sports cards. Then they have the regular toys. I don't know what the third category is.
And board games don't count as toys, do they?
It shouldn't,
Yeah, because
but
like
they do. Yeah, they have baseball cards. They have board games like Battleship.
Candyland.
They consider bingo
really
part of the toy
bingo
Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I'm a kid, I sure love playing bingo.
Well, you like singing the song.
Yeah.
Rubik's Cube's in there.
Rubik's Cube, that's definitely deserving to be in the Hall of
Yes.
Fame, and they, I'm sure they were one of the first ones to get in there.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a tough choice because I would, of course, with my childhood, go with Transformers.
Transformers has got to make it. I don't even know why they're on the list. They should be in there.
Yeah, Pogo Stick should have been in there a long time ago.
Lawsuit
But
waiting to happen.
yeah, a lot of, why it should go into the Hall of Fame? Because a lot of kids played with it and a lot of kids got hurt playing it.
Yeah, because it formed early childhood memories.
Yeah.
Going to the doctor.
A lot of scars,
Little blood
a
on
lot of injuries with the pogo stick. Probably some lost teeth as well.
Slinkies in there.
Oh,
Silly
yeah.
putty.
Ooh, yeah, silly putty.
Silly putty was great.
Yeah. I liked silly putty.
There's something in here that just says puppet.
Just puppet.
Puppet.
Just all puppet.
Yeah, just puppet.
All right. So if you want to cast your vote, you can do that starting October 24th for the National Toy Hall of Fame. Go to their website and check that out. And I wasn't sure where the whole Toy Hall of Fame was. It's over in like Rochester, New York, I think.
Oh. They even have careers and internships.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man, that would be such a fun
Search
job.
current job openings at the toy.
Hard thing to do though is a job like that. And much really any of those fun like kids museums, it'd be a hard job not to be like a kid and play around with everything.
Well, fortunate for you, they have a role open for archivist, which just at the National Toy Place, that just means you get to play with toys all day. Go look for new toys.
Yeah, but
you're like Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
of
but
the
you
toy
play
store.
with play with toys like that kid that knows everything about toys and like won't actually let you touch it. It's like, oh, it must stay in the box.
That's the one thing that I didn't like about Transformers is it was too hard sometimes to get them to go into their second shape.
They're robots in disguise.
Yeah, the robots in disguise. You had to go from robot into bulldozer. It's like that's fine, but then try to get it into something else like a Mustang or Camaro or something like that.
Yeah.
It's like you had to follow instructions. That's no fun. I want it to be intuitive.
I've broken pieces of a Transformer trying to do just that.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, why doesn't this arm go here? Oh, that arm wasn't supposed to go that way. Now he doesn't have a front fender.
Yeah,
because he lost his arm.
There's another job open at the ultimate play destination for all ages, a security officer.
Oh.
Can you imagine being a security officer at the National Museum of Play?
That would be great.
Slow down.
That would be fun.
Don't touch that.
Don't touch that. Give me that toy.
Share. Be nice.
That would be fun.
Share your toys.
So I'll be applying for that job and getting out of here, man. We'll get to your Moody on the Market update here in just a few minutes. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
Stunning sights, more clicks, web design from.
Yeah, that'd be a sweet job.
How fun is that?
I was disappointed that the place was so far away. I was hoping that it was like somewhere in Chicago or Ohio or somewhere that was within a couple hour driving distance.
Mm-hmm.
But all the way in Rochester, New York. It gives me a reason to go to Rochester, New York.
Yeah.
Which a friend of mine just recently moved there. So
really?
Yeah. Yeah, somebody that I know from Bering Community Foundation actually moved back his family out there. And I actually told him, if I am ever in Rochester, New York, I'll look you up. I'll let you know, and we'll hang out.
At the toy place.
At the toy place. So that's maybe it'll happen. All right.
Oh, they got a pinball play field there. That's part of their permanent exhibition.
Nice.
They've got Play Pals, pinball play fields. They have a Peanuts and Play display.
Like Peanuts, like Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown, yeah. Charles Schultz. Iconic characters are there.
Nice.
Let's see. They must have a Barbie thing.
Oh, they got to have a Barbie section.
Got to have a Barbie thing.
All right.
This is what I imagine the Curious Kids Museum would be if all they did was toys.
Just toys. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
All right. We got
Really
your Moody
cool.
on the Market update coming up here in just a minute.
Wear pink is a visual reminder to all women over 40 to get annual mammograms. Tell them early detection saves lives.
Visit WSJM.com and look for our photo.
Real Men Wear Pink is presented by Signature Dealer Group. You've got their signature on it. And is sponsored in part by Renaissance Athletic Club, fitness through community, and Hanson Beverage.
Real Men Wear Pink through October.
Wear pink and remind the women you love to schedule a mammogram.
Presented by Signature Dealer Group and WSJM.
The Morning Show with Jonny and Ken on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
When you want to know Southwest Michigan's business, look no further. Go to moodyonthemarket.com and the Moody on the Market app. Check out our stories from our team of contributors, as well as our Moody on the Move series and our awards program. Monday, we will announce the Bold Women of Business. I was going to say the Best Women of Business, but Bold Women of Business for 2023. Zach East will come and make that announcement.
Excellent.
Your Moody on the Market update brought to you by our friends at Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles.
At Moody on the Market, we focus on business updates. We talk about life in Southwest Michigan and why we love it here. We also talk about interesting people to know about that you should get to know. And in that last category, unfortunately, this person passed away. But it's great to celebrate their life and what they did for the region and for the nation. South Haven and Van Buren County mourning the loss of one of the area's prominent industrialists, Dana Getman. The leader of the Getman Corporation for 4 decades passed away earlier this week at age 77. The Getman Corporation began in South Haven in the 1950s and has grown to become one of the foremost manufacturers and suppliers of underground mining equipment in the world.
Wow.
Dana Getman was the chairman of the board at the time of his death after serving as president and CEO until his semi-retirement about 10 years ago.
Yeah, the Getman Corporation success story developed from its original invention of a motorized wheelbarrow called the Scootcrete.
Yeah,
great name. It helped automate concrete work at big public construction projects like the Mackinac Bridge and interstate highways in the 50s. Now, underground mining equipment adapted the equipment, and Getman seized upon that market, developing a long line of specialized mining gear and vehicles ever since. Pretty awesome.
Dana Getman was not only active in his own industry, but he was active in the South Haven community, including the Michigan Maritime Museum, South Haven Center for the Arts, Youth Development Company, and Big Brothers Big Sisters of Southwest Michigan. So celebrating his life, they have a visitation honoring the memory of Dana Getman that'll be this Friday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Michigan Maritime Museum in South Haven. If you want to read that article and dig in more, as we did, check it out. It's on moodyonthemarket.com.
Did you mean to say dig in?
Dig in.
Dig
Look at that.
in.
Pun intended.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good one. That was solid.
Thank you.
Your Moody on the Market update brought to you by Insurance Management Service. Call IMS today, your local auto owners agency with locations in St. Joseph and in Niles. We'll plan our weekend with St. Joe today just after 8. Also catch you up with news, sports, and a whole lot more. It's the morning show on 94.9 WSJM.
We're watching over you. IMS.
Sounds like a very, very cool dude.
Well, you think about some of the magic that is Southwest Michigan. So you think Whirlpool Corporation, the Upton family, the Upton washing machine, the Upton machine, basically a wooden crate with a motor on it and an agitator.
Yeah.
And that turned into what Whirlpool Corporation is today. Getman, they had a motorized wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
For concrete, moving concrete, and that basically turned into the mining equipment empire that Getman is today.
Yeah, and then they were the mining people in mining said, "Hey, we could use something like that." And he's like, "Okay."
Yeah, but if you look at their current offerings, not only the heavy equipment, they also do a lot of blasting, like underground blasting.
Oh, wow.
The very technical, precise, explosion stuff to get minerals and whatever else they're mining.
Man,
zombies.
Probably would have been a cool dude to hang out with.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Right. It's one of those, you don't realize the industry that is within our community.
Yeah.
It's like, wait, there's a company that does that? Yeah, they've been doing it since the 50s.
Yeah.
Why didn't I know about that? So, pretty great stuff. Lots of things to get to here on the show. Feel free to listen on the app at WSJM.com as well. We appreciate you all.
We do.
For taking some time.
Yep.
Oh,
hey,
follow up real quick about
your
garage door issue.
Oh, yeah.
Bill says, Ken, look at the receiver on the opener. The antenna may be the issue.
See, I saw the antenna. It's one of those little wires that dangles down.
Yep.
And I straightened it out as best I could and made sure it was connected where it should be connected. No difference. So I don't know what's going on.
Maybe some foil. Wrap some foil around
on my
it.
head. Wear a tinfoil cap every time I go out.
Foil.
to my car.
Yep. And run foil all the way through the whole thing.
And there's Teresa. Hi, Teresa. Good morning.
Yeah.
We missed her yesterday.
Teresa says,
I
good
didn't
morning,
see her
Bill.
yesterday. Okay. And she said,
and good morning, guys.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Anyway, I'll check it out. I'll look at it again and see if I missed something, Bill. But
how old
thank
is
you for
this
the advice.
garage door opener?
I swear it must be 20 years old, something like that.
Maybe time.
I wonder how hard it is to swap it out without doing.
I saw Jim Gifford did it.
Just swap it out real.
He just swapped out his. He'd put a new opener, brand new opener, and
the motor part.
Just the motor part, I believe. Not the doing the whole
I don't want to do
arms
the
and all that
springs.
stuff. No,
Yeah, those springs are nasty.
You bring in a professional for that. But as far as just
Well, I don't know
the
if I
whole
need a
entire
professional. I can do it myself.
I would. Well, you could do it yourself, but if you do it yourself, I'd like for you to show up to work the next day. I don't want you to call in and say, "Yeah, remember that garage door thing? Yeah, it fell on me, so I broke my leg."
The springs are what scare me.
Oh yeah,
because I mean they're strong
You
enough.
need
to,
your eyes, so
Yeah.
I'd rather you
All right, fine.
wear safety glasses and get a friend.
Ooh, look at that! Is that Madonna's concert?
That was from this right now is from the Super Bowl. It might be from Madonna's concert
before that.
All right, we'll check it out. But you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys soon.